what do you think is the most important part of making a superstar character? The look, the in-ring work, the charisma, bond with the crowd? Like, if you had
the charisma is the most important. It takes the charisma to make all the other stuff happen. If you don't have the charisma, then the other stuff doesn't matter. There were plenty of guys there that have mocked me and the Ultimate Warrior character and criticized it. They came there with bags and bags and bags of wrestling moves. They never made it like the Ultimate Warrior character did. The charisma is what made the body look. The charisma is what made me go to the gym at 2 o'clock in the morning and say, this is what I need to do to be Ultimate Warrior. The charisma is what made me invest the time in the jargon that the Ultimate Warrior had, his own mini-universe. The charisma is what made me make the efforts to say, I need to put money into my costume. I need to pick up the phone and make phone calls and find out what to do. I need to have, instead of...
the outfits, they were something else. I still remember, I'm trying to think, what was my favorites? WrestleMania 12, the jacket, WrestleMania 7, the paint he wore with the match with Hogan where he painted his chest. I think he did that another time too with green. Even the jacket he had in WCW, the One Warrior Nation. Yeah, he did do a lot with the outfits. He did in the colorful. He put it all together, and I know people pick because he's not as scientific, whatever. But it's for the 1500th time. Not everybody has to be a scientific whatever, and then because it's just it's different. The '90s fans and the current fans it's just different. They say, well, today, or here you'll do, well, that's today. So they laugh a lot of this stuff out of the building, but who gives a damn? He had his fan base, like him or not. So deal with it. Yeah, he knows what the fuck he's talking about.
1 or 2 colors or 1 or 2 strings of arms. I need to develop a whole palette of colors. The charisma is what made me do certain things in the ring that the people got. They understand. And so the charisma is most important.
Today's wrestling fan, the smarter fan, the internet fan, they pay closer attention to how skilled someone is inside the ring in terms of scientific, technical ability. Do you think they're missing the larger picture of what makes the business run?
Who's the smarter fans? You say the Ultimate Warrior fan's stupid? Not smart?
Oh.
There's a certain
put this interview in its place now.
They'll trade tapes and they'll pay close attention to international talent.
We talk about that real quick. I never traded the tapes. I lent them out and never got them back. Thanks, Fred. Never got that tape back. But saying this fan's not stupid or not smart. Because did the wild promos and this and that. But the Warriors thing it wasn't the scientific. It was a real life. Said it in another video. Real life superhero. There you go. So, matter of fact, didn't he have a comic book? And it wasn't promoted right, so it got messed up. But I think he did have a comic book in the late or mid '90s.
The caliber of
I would say those people aren't so smart. Because those guys that bring those kind of skills to the table, they are not the ones that people remember forever and a day. They're not the ones that they wish would come back. That kind of talent.
That's right. I never forget when he was gone. I know it was the first or the second time. We was hoping he'd come back. I remember the rumors would start because back then the internet was a baby and it was just hotlines and stuff like that. And hoping he came. There's a rumor of the Ultimate Warrior return. I'll never forget that. Getting excited with it, and then the next thing you know, it ain't happening. Or then with the WCW thing, now they admitted it. Now what is that guy's name? Not the Rebel, the Renegade. He did look like almost when the Warrior got smaller in '92. He wasn't as big as he was in '90. He almost did look similar, but I knew that wasn't the Warrior. I knew that wasn't. I was like, nah, That's not the Warrior. That dude was kind of built, but that wasn't the Warrior. That was what was that? 95. Yeah, that wasn't the Warrior. And of course 96. The real Warrior comes back. But that come on now. They ain't stupid. You know, like I figured out that what's his name? He was Papa Shango. He came back as Kama. I was like, I don't know this guy, but I know this guy. And I looked at the tattoos. That's Papa Shango. I knew it. I was right. Then with the Gold Dust thing, I was like, who the hell is Gold Dust? And I was like, because at first I thought that was his real hair. He pulled the wig up. I was like, I looked at his face like, that's Dustin Rhodes. That's natural Dustin Rhodes. Fans ain't stupid. They know they're wrestlers. And I know some that's watching the wrestling video, they're gonna comment and say the same thing. We talked about the incident with AJ Ahmed and what's his name, and the rib kick thing when the nation wasn't there yet, or whatever that was. So yeah, people remember, like you said, even Shivani Bischoff said the wrestling fans have a long memory. It's like he was right about that. He was perfect with it. They don't forget stuff.
Do you think you would have the same impact if you were doing that style?
What style?
A more scientific-based style, like say like a British Bulldogs or Ricky Steamboat.
I already talked about that.
If you were doing that style as opposed to the style that you did, do you think you'd be as remembered?
Well, I did the style Ultimate Warrior need to do to be Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, and that's it. Yeah, Warrior wasn't the mat taker. He was a power wrestler, and he was a comic book superhero. He was a wild man out there. So, oh boy. And thinking about it now, let's say it's 92. I can't see him doing the flying head, but he did catch some air with that flying shoulder. But I can't see him doing the Hurricane Rana, whatever you think he should be doing, or I don't know, whatever. But yeah, of course he did stuff like bear hugs and full Nelson. But of course that's called what they call it, power moves, big man moves. But every wrestler doesn't have to be flying through the air or turning you over for a leg lock or whatever. This is oh boy, I don't know, man. These guys, man. I'll put it this way: if every wrestler wrestled the same, it would be kind of boring, wouldn't it? So I remember. Matter of fact, I remember. You know, the videos are. I'm still talking about this. I was watching some old wrestling with a buddy, and even he said, I can't remember what match was about. He liked both wrestlers. And even he was like, let's get on to something. It was kind of funny. And if you were sitting there, you would have laughed at it. He's like, all right, come on, let's get on to something else. Now, he was getting bored. I was like, damn, that's telling you something. People like the excitement. Okay? Even like the Stone Cold stuff. People that didn't watch him WCW think, oh, he's just a brawler, and yeah, but they didn't watch studying Steve Austin. See, and of course, Warrior doesn't. It was one piece of the interview I seen. He talked about the match and how it goes together and stuff. I was like, yeah, but he doesn't know what he's doing. Okay. But yeah, that was funny though. What I said, my buddy said, he's like, come on, let's get to something else. I was like, see, some of that stuff is bored. It's just, I'm sorry, that's it.